Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PUCL Podcast.
It's PUCL! PUCL! It's PUCL! PUCL! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! PUCL! PUCL.
And welcome to the 557th episode of the PUCL Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch. Here today with my wonderful co-host, we've got the one and only, the Lord of the Land, Seth Vilo.
It is I, the Lord. Hello.
And the man that was the, oh my gosh, I forgot the word already. The understudy for Jaws, we've got Sharkfinnagin.
Hello.
That was a good one, right? That was a good one today. All right.
That was a good one. Yeah, I really like that one.
It really is, yeah.
Well, welcome to the PUCL Podcast. PUCL, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon, from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. And I welcome you as we talk about things. I did not do a lot of Pokemon this week. I went to a conference in Washington, D.C. for work. Which was a great conference, by the way. But the problem is, like, when you go to these scientific conferences, like, the reason you go to the conference is to, like, network. So it's just, like, an always-on social event.
Oh, yeah.
You just never turn off, right? So I barely had any free time because I was trying to maximize my networking capability.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely went out for beverages several times with scientists.
That's always fun.
Yeah, there were a lot of nights. I definitely, a couple of days of the conference, showed up late for several reasons. For several reasons. So it was a time. It was a time. But yeah, I'd never been to DC before, so that was kind of exciting. And DC didn't want to let me leave, so I got stuck there for an extra like 26 hours.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was fun.
It sucked.
Yeah.
Because my wife's on vacation as well this week, but she didn't go with me to the conference because she's in school, so her schedule only had like an opening of like a week and a half. And she's like, I want to go see my parents. And it's like the conference that I went to is like the one conference I can't miss in my field. And I was like, well, I can't go because I have to go to this conference. And so our dog was being dog sat by a couple people, but they could only dog sit up to Wednesday. And that's when I was supposed to come back.
Yee.
So like I had like a day of just like pure stress. Thankfully, we had like a couple friends who helped us pull an audible, but it wasn't like the amount of like dog sitting that she was getting prior. So, like, I was stressed out. I'm like, if this next flight gets canceled, I'm super screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It was insane. I was incredibly stressed out. So, like, I got home Thursday night, not until, like, 9 o'clock. I was supposed to get in 7 on Wednesday, originally. And so, like, the next day on Friday, I literally just, like, passed out. Like, the dog and I went and worked out, and then we just slept the rest of the day.
Heck yeah.
Because I was just so stressed. So like I felt really bad because like I was just burned out and I really didn't play any Pokemon. And I've been super into Pokemon lately, especially Unite. I missed like the Tyranitar drop. I'm really upset about this. I need to go get Tyranitar.
Oh, is that out now?
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, it's next week. It's next week.
I think it's like literally Sunday.
No, it's not Sunday. They always drop on Wednesdays.
Oh, Monday.
It's Monday?
August 15th.
Okay, good. Whoosh. That's a weird day for it to happen, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah. Okay, good. I didn't miss Tyranitar then. I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. That's Monday.
Oof.
So the time the podcast comes out, you should be able to start playing with it that day.
Yes, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, no, he looks good from what I was seeing and hearing.
Yeah, the day we're recording this, I'm going to stream at night because I didn't stream it all this week and I wanted to stream anything, like literally any Pokemon. Because like I like, man, it's all Seth's fault that I like Pokemon again.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's like, it's not just like, just like falling into the TCG. And I don't know, because like I haven't done like a lot of competitive VGC lately either. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun outside of that. Like, I mean, I like doing VGC when I can, but right now the meta's kind of boring and the new meta is kind of nuts.
Yes. Yeah, that one's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm waiting to find some teams that will like fit that threshold.
Yeah.
Because I literally just want to try it out and see what the meta shakes out to be. Because this is just like they did that already, like this doesn't matter anymore. Here's GS Cup, and then this is like the real like there are no rules. This does not matter anymore.
Yeah, you finally can use the mythical Pokemon that you couldn't use before. So things like Magearna is looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Zeraora looks decent. What was the other one that looked good?
Clearly Fione.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Fione. Fione's the one I'm always worried about, you know?
Yeah, Fione and Meltan.
Yeah.
It's the sleeper.
Yeah, Fione.
Even Melmetal might actually do good, though.
Melmetal, Magearna. Like, I just like Magearna in general. Magearna scares me.
King's Rock, Melmetal, and Trick Room.
Magearna doesn't even need to be the one that KOs the Mon to get the Soul Heart.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it's just like a Pokemon needs to faint.
Yeah, and it can either go like you can either set up speed or it can just be stupid bulky.
Yeah,
just get all the boosts that way.
Yeah, Magearna's the scary one. I think Magearna is the scariest, especially with Dynamax.
Yeah.
Magearna's scary. Yeah. I haven't played too much lately, but we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll absolutely see how that goes. But yeah, what have you guys been up to?
Well, I've not been doing a whole huge amount. Kind of how I got you back into TCG, Shamu has gotten me into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I've been doing a lot of that online because I'm a nerd.
You're basic.
I am.
Actually, Yu-Gi-Oh is fun. Yu-Gi-Oh is fun.
It's wild.
I just can't get into it because that card market is so unstable.
Yeah.
Compared to Pokemon. Like, it's just so unstable.
Yeah, I've definitely bought a couple cards and either seen them go way up or way down after I bought them.
Yes.
Which is, it's crazy.
Yeah, I can't handle it. I'll die. I just, won't be able to handle it.
But other than that, my brother gave me my birthday present early because I knew what it was. He didn't really care and isn't going to see me on my actual birthday. And it's a little handheld game emulator. Much better than my other one.
Is it the one I think it is? Is it the, what's it called?
It's called the Miyu Mini.
Oh, never mind. That's not the one I'm thinking of.
It might still be the one you're thinking of. There's a lot of them that are basically exactly the same, but different names.
No, there's this new one that just came out, and I forget what it's called. Oh my gosh. I can see it. I can literally see it in front of me, but I forget what it's called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine looks like a tiny retro Game Boy.
Yeah, this one looks like a Game Boy, but it can actually accept the cartridges.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's different. Mine's just on an SD card, and I've been having a fun time playing Radical Red.
Oh, yeah?
Very good mod. Very good ROM thing. So if you're into ROM things, try Radical Red. It's wild.
Yeah, I've heard crazy things about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, one of the first challenges in Viridian City is you get to pick you get to pick 3 level 5 Pokemon that this lady will give you that have certain items and things like that. And then you go up against her team of 6 level 100 Shedinja, and you have to get around it. And it is...
Oh, wow.
It's a puzzle, and I had to think. I had to think in a Pokemon game, Thatch. It's wild.
It's wild. I mean, to be fair, we have to think in, any other Pokemon game we ever play.
Do we, though? Do we?
Okay, I mean, not like the actual video game. I mean, like TCG and Unite, you have to think.
Oh, yeah.
And competitive Pokemon, you have to think, obviously.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
Those things, I go, we probably need to think. I don't know, as a Pokemon player, I never expect the main story to be something that makes me think. I think Scarlet and Violet might change that a little bit, in that maybe I don't need to think so much, but I can experience things incredibly differently.
Yeah.
Which sounds kind of wild. And I think that that could be a lot of fun in those regards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the past thinking in Pokemon games, I think, the most thinking is going through ice caves.
Yeah.
That's honestly, the biggest puzzles is that.
Honestly, for sure.
Or those strength puzzles, how do I move these rocks so I can actually get through without blocking my way?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some thought in Pokemon, but not a lot in the main story game. But honestly, that's not why I play Pokemon too often.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the Nuzlocke, which I think is a good, fun way to play. I mean, the thing about modern Pokemon in terms of Gen 8 and probably Gen 9 at this point is that you're not going to be able to Nuzlocke the games.
Not in the traditional way. You gotta redo it.
Yeah, I mean, you could still do it. It's just going to be it's going to be not worse. The pure randomness that I think that you could, was before. You could just kind of pick and choose in the areas and just have to kind of be more mindful of where the areas are. It's not as clear.
Shut your eyes and run randomly.
Yeah. I don't like that, though. I don't know. it feels like then I'm trying to force the game to be something it's not, which Nuzlocke is already doing, right? But it does it to a much more obvious extent at that point where I have to like close my eyes to play the game. What's going on? What's going on? But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how everything goes. Yep. Well, this is a good place to stop it for right now. And we will kick it on over to the news. So let's cue that epic music.
Coming to you live from the Lavender Town Radio Tower. This just in.
And welcome to the news. In the news, we've got a few things to talk about. Pokemon Arceus Chronicles, the anime tie-in to Legends Arceus, which already came out in Japan, will be coming to Netflix on September 23rd. There's going to be a special screening of it for those of you who will be attending Worlds. I believe it's on Netflix is like its own special.
Yeah, I think it's a Netflix
I thought
thing.
it was Netflix.
Worlds is this upcoming weekend. Look forward to waking up on Thursday, to News Thursday if you live in the US. Do they usually do it on the first day?
There's typically something, or in the past there has been something in like the opening ceremony or something like that.
Oh, it was in the opening? I always thought it was in the closing. Maybe I could very well be misremembering.
And they could just change it up. That, you know, who needs to keep to a consistent schedule?
Mm-hmm.
If I was a competitor, I would want it to be in the opening instead of the closing, because I want the closing to be about me.
I want the closing to be about me. That's right, world champion Seth over here.
God, whoa, don't speak 2023 into existence yet.
And then, of course, if you're watching at home, you can actually get a code for Victini. Codes for Victini, I believe that's the distribution, I believe.
For distributing codes
Sword and Shield, which is cool. There's going to be a full art Path to the Peak, and avatar clothing for Go and Unite. Wow, they're covering all their bases.
That's really cool. I like these promos within
the digital stuff. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm a
Absolutely.
fan.
So we'll definitely post the codes on the Discord.
Yes.
The news link. So just keep an eye out on that if you're active there.
Absolutely. And those who are attending in person can get a Sinistea with Moo Moo Milk.
I love that so much.
Yeah. It also has the signature move Celebrate as well.
And the exclusive avatar shirt for Pokemon Go Booth's Pokestop. Cute. Cute.
Another cool thing that's not in here is we will get the reveal of what the Gen 9 TCG stuff looks like. So will we continue with Vs? Will it be something else? We'll see it on one of those days.
I think it would be really cool of them to finally build a mechanic that lasts for more than one generation. Like, I think V is a really good idea. And they showed off like V Stars and V Maxes, right? I think V is a really good idea where you could do it, and then like the V, like the new V Max or whatever they call it, maybe not a V Star, but like a V something, should just be the new mechanic, in my opinion.
I would like that, and it would keep Arceus live, but you know.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier so they don't have to do the stupid like Pokemon with the rule box thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm trying to think of how that would work with the Terras, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The Radiant almost feels like Terra, but I don't know.
We'll find out in a week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I like Radiant. I don't know. I like a lot of what they're doing, except for I somewhat agree. So Seth put a thing on Twitter the other week or the other day where he said like I really hate the trainer galleries are coming out with Pokemon that are gonna just rotate in a couple months.
Yeah.
And
I hate it.
And I like kind of agree in terms of as a player, like I kind of agree because like some of the art's really cool when they come out with it, but like it's I don't know, like as a collector it's cool to collect, you know what I mean?
It's just you can't play with it. Like one of the cards that was revealed that's going to be in Lost Origin is a full art new art of Nessa, which is a D block card which is rotating in a couple months. So you like enjoy using it for a month.
It's fine. Not that many people are playing Nessa anyway.
And that takes the slot of another card in my pack. Maybe not the rare slot, but like if I'm getting packs, I need the things from the packs.
Does it though? Does it really? Like
it takes the slot of something else regardless.
Maybe. I don't think that's true because like they've had the history of just like shoving cards in packs, like and just bloating it like crazy, especially as of late. I think any limitation is self-imposed that they put themselves
I need
under.
my Mirage Gates, Thatch. I need my Mirage Gates.
They're gonna be there. I don't know what to tell you. They're gonna be there. All right. So yeah, Seth, you tell us about Sword and Shield news.
Heck yeah, I can do that. There is a Shiny Grimmsnarl event running right now and through the 21st. So unless you really want a Shiny Grimmsnarl, don't really bother since Grimmsnarl's the only 5-star in the raid.
Yeah, it's literally just Grimmsnarl, Impidimp, and Morgrim.
But yeah, I've seen a couple pictures on Twitter and things like that. So it's just a flat 2%.
Yeah. So in Unite, Tyranitar will appear on August 15th, which is the day this podcast comes out. So
yay! So that means it's already been out by the time this came out because it actually resets on like 8 o'clock at 8 o'clock or something.
So that'll be exciting to finally use him. He looks cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to try him. All right. So next one.
Yeah, in the TCG, on October 28th, there will be a $120 Ultra Premium Collection.
Oh, what's it going to feature?
No.
Etched foil promos of Charizard V,
Charizard,
and V-Star.
No.
A Charizard card.
And sleeves.
Finally.
I hate that they're just like, yeah, you know what card needs to come down in price? Charizard. But you know what we should do? We should charge $120 for the box. It's just real dumb. I hate it. Like, I really hate it.
It's cute, I guess.
What's making it worth $120? I mean, I guess there's 16 booster packs in it.
Yeah, you get 16 packs. Let's see if I can pull up anything more. But I mean, you get playmats, sleeves, 16 boosters, and then the etched foils of those of VV Max V Star at least. So
it feels like almost not worth it. But
yeah, but you get Charizard, Thatch. You get Charizard.
Oh, and that was the Pokemon I wanted.
It's actually slightly playable.
It's the Charizard parade that we couldn't stop winning with the other night on stream.
Yeah, honestly, and like Charizard Arceus is actually a deck that I've seen do well a couple of times. So, you know, you could get some competitive level Charizard.
Stop it. Stop it. Competitive level Charizard.
Yeah, nope, there's nothing else in that box. Just like a code card, player's guide.
Oh, wow.
Markers, die, 6 metal damage counter dice.
Oh, cool.
And a metal coin featuring Gigantamax Charizard.
Well, we got a lot of Go news, Seth. I'll let you just plow through it. Chug,
crack my knuckles. All right, here we go. The World Champion event runs August 18 to 23rd. That's basically the full weekend of everything. Challengers of the Pokemon teams inspired by the Go Regional Championships will appear at Pokestops, which is neat. A World Championship 2022 Pikachu is coming out. There are going to be spawns of more Go League competitive Pokemon that will appear in the wild. These include things like Mudkip, Female Nidoran, Galarian Stunfisk, and Sableye, which I didn't realize was a competitive Pokemon in Go, but...
Oh, yeah. No, he's great.
Yeah, it actually is. It actually is, yeah.
Huh.
Like, Dark's a pretty good offensive type, and just, it has, only fairy weakness.
Huh.
Yeah, and just make sure you tap the screen really hard, Seth, and it'll work really well.
Hey, exactly. There's that picture I sent you.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I did see that.
Community Day moves for Rhyperior, Gengar, Gyarados, Metagross, and Talonflame can be learned from evolving during the event as if it's their Community Day again. They can learn their special move again. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And
separate from the Worlds segment, the Pokemon Go Fest finale has been detailed for August 27th. Shaman Scarf Pikachu and Shaman Skyform will be unlocked. There will be 4 habitats with different spawns, as well as Ultra Beast raids with Beast Balls. New research will also unlock during each habitat. So I guess these are time frames. From 10 to 12, it'll be Pheromosa. From 12 to 2, it'll be Buzzwole. From 2 to 4, Xurkitree. And from 4 to 6 will be all of them and Nihilego.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the habitats seem to be the same type of Pokemon that they've been doing throughout the event, or like throughout the Go Fest, so it's not going to be anything specifically new, but just the fact you can get those Ultra Beasts in those time slots, that's really the big draw of this event.
I'm actually okay with this too, because like if you don't have a ticket, you can get a discounted ticket, which is kind of nice because I didn't want to play in June. It was hot, and like August is at least kind of cooler, kind of being the qualifier. And
oh, you sweet summer child!
I know. Well, in Ohio,
is it gonna get up to 80 there?
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's getting a little cooler now because it's only getting to 80. So. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was
my
getting pretty nasty.
Is 80.
Oh my gosh, Seth! I keep the thermostat at 80, or my air conditioning will explode.
Yeah,
and if you don't have, but yeah, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. So I kind of want to do Puckle's Pro Key prediction, but I kind of don't because I don't think it's worthwhile. But we're gonna talk about it and give like 2-second answers. I think this past week it was announced that Splatoon 3 will feature 3-team Splatfest, which is kind of cool. Do you think that we'll see a Splatfest that includes the starter at some point? Yes or no? And we should point out there is some precedent for this because they actually did a Pokemon Red versus Pokemon Blue Splatfest in the original Splatoon. So do we think that'll happen? And my answer is I don't care. I'll play it in any Splatfest because I think Splatfests are fun.
My opinion is, what is Splatoon? And the only thing I know about this game is that there is an Among Us plushie in it.
Yeah, I think it will happen. I mean, now that, because what the cool draw to it now is because the Splatfests of the past were just, it's either, red or blue,
ketchup or mayo
kind of thing. And now that they're doing this triple one, where halfway through the event, you're basically kind of, it'll be like the leading team is going to be in the middle of the arena with 4 of them, and then the other 2 teams will be on each side, and you have to it's going to be like a 3-person kind of event or 3-team battle royale type thing.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. This is one of the most unopinionated ones I've ever had. But on that note, I think what we're going to do is we're going to kick it on over to Puckle's Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Hello and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Professor Snag with the rules. The co-hosts are working together as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that you, the listeners, have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The hosts can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct without using the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
And welcome to Puckle's Poke Quiz. Poke Quiz is that place where we quiz your co-host. Thank you for that introduction there. We are going to get started then with our first question. This week it is going to come to you from, let's say, Liger.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
We all remember that Faulkner had his hacked Pidgeotto, being level 9 in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. But was it truly hacked? Are we the baddies? Where can you catch a level 9 Pidgeotto? Because you actually can.
Probably Pokemon Yellow. I know that was one little cool thing that I remember playing that game, where you can go in Yellow, you can go in Viridian Forest, and you can actually just find a Pidgeotto there at a very low level.
That seems familiar, but is this... I don't know. I don't even know. I was going to say the tall grass.
The tall grass.
Just the generic tall grass?
Just the tall grass.
A location in the game.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know if the Pidgeotto is level 9, but the fact that you can catch a level, like a 5 or 6
and in Viridian,
and then level up to 9, I think that counts.
That I would believe that. That makes sense to me. Part of me is weirded out because I feel like it would be somewhere in Johto, but I don't know. But I remember Pidgeotto in the Viridian Forest, or I'm just gaslighting myself.
No, I don't think you are.
I trust you.
Let's go with that. You get the Pidgeotto from Yellow, and you transfer it to Gold and Silver.
Yep.
That is correct. The Viridian Forest in Yellow, you can catch a level 9 Pidgeotto. I actually used to do that as a kid because I was trying to catch Asher's team.
Yeah, yep. Just like we all did.
Yeah,
I think we all did at least once.
Yeah, I think it was just Bulbasaur was kind of hard because it didn't really make sense. And then as a kid, and then you got Charmander and then Squirtle. I mean, it was like in the time frame of the game. Squirtle, you kind of got really underleveled though.
Yeah, because like Charmander, like by the time you got to it, you gave it to you. You basically could get it. Bulbasaur, you had to beat Misty to get it.
Yeah,
and then which was something like it took you a little bit, and then Squirtle, you had to beat Lieutenant Surge, or at least get over in that area, and that by that point you're like almost like 25, 30, and that Squirtle's level 10. So
yeah,
and grinding's not fun in Yellow.
Yeah,
or any old game.
Yeah. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. All right, well, you guys are 1 for 1. Your next question is going to come from Polywo. What 2 types do not have a move that can cause flinch? Or can flinch? There are 2 types that can't flinch.
Not normal, not steel, not
normal, not steel, not water.
Is there any flinching electric move?
Zing Zap.
Okay. Is there any flinching dragon move? Astonish for Ghost.
Astonish for Ghost. Dragon, yes. I'm 90% sure there's one in Dragon.
Gotta take notes.
Dragon, I put an asterisk, but I'll think that through. Ice does. Fire, I don't know. Poison, I don't know. Bug, I don't know.
Bug and poison seem like they would. Flinching. Ugh, what a weird question. Whoever posed this, you're
Well, that was a good. I mean, it's
a good question. I like this question a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So normal, electric, steel, ghost. These all do for sure. Dark has dark pulse.
Dark has dark pulse. What is there?
You said water. I believe you.
Yeah, water's waterfall.
Oh, yep. That's Gyarados has won me games with that.
I literally lost last night to a unfortunate waterfall hacks at the very last second.
Rock. Yeah.
Oh, not
Definitely
rock.
Not rock because of rock slide for sure.
Yeah.
Air slash. So
air slash.
Flying. I'm
Psychic. Psychic has one. So I think the types that are left: fire, poison, ground, bug.
We've got a lot of types left. I opened up a note real fast, and I'm going through all 18. Grass, poison.
Actually, wait, because I'm trying to think what moves flinch generally.
What do you want to run on a Togekiss or Jirachi? That's how I'm thinking.
Iron Head and Extrasensory.
Yeah, so there's the Psychic. Does fighting have a flinch?
That's what I'm trying to think. Fighting. I feel like it should, but I don't know what move off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Ground.
Isn't like smelling salt or something like that? If ground. Yeah, ground is another one. I don't know if ground has any flinch moves.
I really don't think ground does. Bug, I feel like there's got to be some niche move that I'm not thinking of. But.
Yeah, Bug is weird, and it has weird effects on a lot of their attacks, so I don't think it's Bug. I feel like the same thing for Poison, where it's got weird effects on some of their like it may be some weird Venoshock level move that no one uses, but I feel pretty good about ground.
I feel really good. I feel like ground should, but I don't think any of the major ground moves have it, so therefore I don't think
I'm going to need some answers here, guys.
Yeah. Ground and fire. Do we want to put those two in?
I think we can go with those two
and then see how we got it all wrong and have to keep going from there.
Ground and fire are unfortunately both incorrect.
Wow.
So you got none of them. Okay, so the answer is actually poison and fairy. I'm going to give you an example of at least one of these moves from each of the other 16 types, so bear with me.
I would love to see that.
Normal, fake out, flying, air slash, fire fang.
Oh, jeez, the fangs. There goes 3
moves.
types right there.
Yeah. Grass, needle arm, water, waterfall, electric zing zap, ground, bone club can do it. Rock slide. Yep. Icicle crash can cause flinch. Dark, you have bite. Steel, you have iron head. I also believe double iron bash might do it as well. Possibly.
It does.
Dragon, twister, bug, steamroller.
Okay. Yeah,
fighting, and I probably wouldn't have gotten this one, is triple kick.
What?
Triple kick.
Fighting, or psychic, zen headbutt, and ghost with astonish.
Well, I feel pretty good that we got so many of them, so...
I'll give you guys
Triple Kick and Bone
kudos.
Club, I don't think could be selected in Gen 8. That would be part of the reason why we didn't think
Bone
of
Club's
this.
in Gen 8 now. Bone Club's in Gen 8.
Yeah, once the Marrows hit,
Yeah.
I'm sure that was added.
Marowak and Cubone are there. Bone Club's absolutely there.
Weird.
I don't think it got cold. Maybe it did.
All
right.
Got cold, but yeah.
So this next one is going to come to you from, is your Pokedex entry question. It's going to come to you from Skull Admin Tank. Its fire red and leaf green Pokedex entry states, despite its appearance, it has an aggressive nature. It attacks by jabbing with its long, thin mouth. Who's that Pokemon?
I believe it's Gorobus.
I could believe that, honestly. I believe that. Because, long, thin mouth, the only other thing I could think of is Fearow, but that's beak.
Yeah.
Long, thin mouth?
And Gorobus is surprisingly violent, so that makes sense.
I know, yeah, I think I remember reading its entries before, but yeah, I mean, we got it, Fire Red, Leaf Green, we narrowed it down all the way to, Gen 3, so that's like 50% of Pokemon gone.
Yeah. I'm game for it, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
Gorobus is unfortunately incorrect.
Oh no.
Your next entry is going to be from Pokemon Ruby, and it states, its favorite food is the sweet pollen of flowers. If you want to see this Pokemon just leave a potted flower by an open window, it's sure to come looking for pollen.
Okay, so it's a bug.
Yeah. So, we're talking about,
Ruby and Fire Red Leaf Green.
You have Wurmple, you have the Cocoons, and you have Beautifly and Dustox, and...
The first one was like, despite its gentle appearance, it will stab you.
That might be Beautifly.
That sounds like Beautifly to me, more than the other bugs.
Other bugs.
Butterfree doesn't have a mouth like that.
Venonat, Venomoth, no. None of the Gen 1 bugs.
It's not, yeah.
At least the main ones. What other bugs are in Gen 1? Pinsir, Scyther, no. Scissor, Fortress, Ariados,
yeah, I think Beautifly is the only one with a stabbable mouth.
Yeah. What other bugs are in Gen 2? Or Gen 3, excuse me.
Gen 3, the Wurmple line.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if
and
there's
none that go after pollen that are like that kind of thing. There aren't any bees.
Grass.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Beautifly.
And none of the other grass type. No grass type also comes to mind either. So I'm good with Beautifly at this moment.
Let's lock it in.
Beautifly is correct.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, you guys are 2 for 3. So your next question's worth up to 3 points here. There are one of these is a manga question. And the other one's a not manga question. So we're going to go with the not manga question.
Probably safe.
Because I didn't want you guys to have to do homework for this show. Elite Four Brant writes this question. There are 12 types that have a move that is able to inflict or pass on the paralysis status. What are the 6 types that do not have access to one of these moves? 6 types that don't have a move.
Get our note back up with the types and let's go again.
Yeah, 6 types that don't have a move that can para. And for every 2 types you give me, you get a point. You get 2 strikes. You get 3 strikes and then you're out.
Okay.
You have to lock in every answer.
Okay.
Let's see. Water.
How many types don't? You said 6?
6.
6 don't, 12 do.
Okay.
Grass can paralyze, electric, and normal. For sure. Oh, fighting.
All 3 of those. What can fighting paralyze?
Force palm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It literally just break your back that way. Dragon has dragon breath.
Okay.
Ghost has lick.
Yep. Good. Now that they changed
Okay,
it
I've got
Ghost.
6. Okay, that's half of them gone. But dude, what else paralyzes?
Fighting, grass. Yeah. I'm catching up to the note. A normal, electric, fighting, grass, ghost,
Dragon.
Okay. Ice. Wow, my brain went to TCG where freezing is paralysis. Wow, I was like, ice has a ton. Like,
yeah, in that case, yes, there's for sure, but I actually don't know. Fire, don't know. Flying,
Fire.
good.
This is hard.
I'm going to need some sort of answer. You guys are going to have to lock something in.
Yeah.
Does fire... Do you think fire would have a paralyzing move?
I don't.
Well, I think that's probably one of the safer types to lock in right now. So
yeah.
Let's go with fire.
Fire is correct.
All right, so we got one. I feel like bug and poison might have some sort of move that paralyzes. I feel like poison, I feel like it might just... Oh, bug does.
Bug does?
Yeah, bug does. If we're gonna... I feel like that there probably is a regular move, but I'm 90% sure that the G-Max Butterfly move.
Oh, yeah, it can inflict any of those things. It has a chance to do any of those.
Which, in that case, poison as well, because you have toxicity. So I'm just going to knock those two out.
Cool.
All right, so that leaves... I've got a few more types here. What else?
We haven't said ice. Ice, psychic, fairy, dark. Those are just a couple.
I feel like psychic would. I feel like fairy would.
I'm going to need an answer here.
Might. I'm going to go... What about rock and ground?
I don't like...
I think those are safe to guess.
Yeah, let's do rock and ground. Let's just lock it in.
Yeah.
Rock and ground are both correct. You guys are 3. Woo! There are 3 more you're missing.
Okay.
So what's left?
And I'm going to give you a hard time limit here. Fairy. You got 30 seconds to give me another answer.
Dark, flying, psychic, steel, water, ice, fairy. I feel like steel might not.
Yeah, steel and fairy I feel comfortable with because there just aren't a lot of fairy moves yet.
Yeah, so let's go steel, then fairy.
Yeah.
Steel is correct and also fairy. So you guys got 5 of them, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's 5 so far.
There's
types.
one more, and you've got 30 seconds.
Okay, the types are missing are water, flying, psychic, dark,
ice, and dark and
ice. So one of those.
Flying, dark. I feel like psychic does. I feel like water does. I feel like ice does.
Do we want to go with dark? It tends to inflict other things.
It inflicts a lot of things. I feel like dark... I'm trying to think of the flying on the
I need an answer. I need an answer right now. Or it's game over.
All right, dark.
Dark is incorrect. I'm going to call it there so that we don't have and ahs for the next 5 minutes. The type you were missing is poison.
Wait.
G-Max Toxicities is only electric. It's an electric type move.
Electric move?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Well, dang it.
Then, we would not have gotten it. Yeah.
Yep. It is poison. There are... So, ice does it, though, with free shock, which is an exclusive move to
there we go.
Q-Rem.
To Q-Rem. Water does it with Splishy Splash, so is that even a real move? And... right? You guys got the harder ones in bug. Bounce does it for flying types.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, you have. It's actually like stupid high chance too. It's like 30%. And and then Fling is the dark type move that does it. Fling can do if you throw a light ball. Yeah. I mean, it's a dark type move, and it does it.
It is.
Yep.
There's also in the list of moves that can cause paralysis. There's a special mention for Shadow Bolt, which is a shadow move from Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. So that's cute. But that gives you guys 2 points. So you guys are 4 for 4 here. Your last question, as always, is your base stat question. This one is going to come to you from Farmer Fox. Which flying type Pokemon has the lowest base stat total?
Flying type with lowest BST?
Yes.
What's a baby flyer?
Let's use the hint because we still have the hint.
It. That's true. Might as well.
It has a secondary bug typing.
Oh.
Bug flying.
And sometimes it might not even evolve.
Combi.
Oh yeah, then it has to be Combi. Yeah, that seals it. It's Combi.
Combi is correct with a base stat total of 244. It's also the only Pokemon with that base stat total. For those of you at home who also go to random trivia pubs that ask you base stat total questions, So you know, the lowest flying type base stat total of all time after Combi is a 4-way tie between Zubat, Starly, Noibat, and Brookity at 245, followed up by Hoppip at 250. Yeah, we're all, aren't we all excited about that?
Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Yeah, these are just like the questions to end all questions. But yeah, that gives you guys 5 points for today. I'm trying not to be as nice. I'm sorry. It does change up the standings, surprisingly. So you guys will be shocked to hear how well that did for you. Not much. In first place now we have Seth Vilo with 22 points. Yeah, right.
Hey!
I'm just as shocked as you are. It followed up by Sigma with 21. Shark is in third with 18.
Wow. There we go.
In a 2-way tie in fourth place, we've got Sublime and Linian with 15. In a 2-way tie for sixth place, we've got Whimsicott and Mark with 12. In eighth, we've got Shamu with 7 points. Claude's in ninth with 6. And Jushiro is in 10th with 4. Everybody else has yet to get on the board. So, yay. Yay, yay, yay. All right, on that note, if you want more Puckle's Poke Quiz, you can tune in next week. But until then, we're going to kick it on over to the topic. We have another review this week coming to you from our friend Momar's Mail 20 at Podchaser. I've been listening to this podcast for ages now, and I have to say it is my favorite podcast as the uploading schedule is almost never late. Well, no worries, Momar. As long as there are no issues, it will never be late. But on that note, thanks to all of you guys for reviewing the podcast wherever you can find it. And hopefully we can go ahead and kick it on over now to our topic. And welcome to the topic. Our topic today is going to be Terastalizing. That's how you say it, I think. I will say it wrong for a very long time. Terastalizing?
Yeah, there we go.
And how that can affect competitive Pokemon. Because I think that being able to have Terra Pokemon in the meta, I personally, I think this is better than Dynamax in terms of, so like, if we're going to look at like what they were trying to do, because like they made Megas, which was a cool idea, and I still think is one of the better ones because it gave a lot of Pokemon a lot of love and was something that the Pokemon community has been asking for a very long time. I will admit though, feels more like a fan designed it than the Pokemon company designed it after being through 4 gimmicks now. I will give it, I mean, I still like it because I am a fan and I would have been the fan that designed it.
Mm-hmm.
From there, they're just like, well, we want every Pokemon to be able to experience the gimmick, right? Which is, all right, okay. I can kind of get behind that. And Z moves I thought were really cool, especially with the story, because I think Sun and Moon, despite it having a very long intro segment, is probably one of the strongest stories in Pokemon.
Blech.
It is.
I get it.
You can't deny that, Seth.
No, I get it.
It is one of the best stories in Pokemon, and they tied Z-moves in very much so into the story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I thought was very well done. It was done very well. I thought Dynamax was dumb on a bajillion levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one, it's stupid that we're just like, yeah, big Pokemon, and then we're just like, yeah, let's mechanically make it also really busted.
Yeah.
Everybody can do it, and it's we can just have like all of these effects that happen from Dynamaxing. I don't know. It's not a fun-ish mechanic, and don't even get me started on Gigantamax and how that was a stupid, poorly implemented thing that could have happened in general.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, how stupid was that? Because they wanted you to have something to raid for like the first 6 months the game was out.
Yeah.
And so they made it G-Max Pokemon, and I'm still befuddled by this because it's such the wrong way to do it. I think Terra raids are the much better version of G-Max Pokemon.
Very much agreed.
Where it's just like, hey, do you need like a Gardevoir that's going to be poison type? Which, why would you ever? But do you need one of those? You can get that from the raid.
I honestly love it so much. The thing I like about this particular mechanic and looking into it and what we know so far, like we only know so much.
Yes.
It kind of takes the best parts of each of the gimmicks and puts them into one thing. So with the parts that it takes from Mega is that it's still kind of the Pokemon with a funny hat. And it retains that for the whole battle, as far as we know. So that's the cool part it takes from Mega. It's a in-battle form change that sticks through the whole battle, so you can still be strategic and switch around and all that kind of cool stuff.
Yeah.
The part it takes from Z moves is augmentation of another type of move, potentially, to make your weird move pool.
I think I thought about it more, like the hats are weird. Like I'm thinking just from like a design perspective and like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like just from a Pokemon perspective, how weird it is to like, I don't know, like from the fan perspective, like Z moves are cute. Dynamax was completely dumb. Why couldn't I help you with the Berserker, Leon? And
yeah, right.
That's all it took. By the way, that's all it took. Like it would have been, you get thrown in there, the Berserker's really hard to beat, and like Leon one-shots it, right? It's already weak to Charizard, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally could have just came in, Charizard out like level 60, does a thing, boom. Over.
Boom, blows up the Berserker, and you couldn't do anything. And you're just like, wow, Leon is the champion. I have fixed Sword and Shield with one plot point. It's insane to me. Yes, I have, Seth. And it's, I don't know. It's definitely one of those things. But yeah, I think probably second to Megas as like a Pokemon fan, I think this is my favorite. Just as everybody can use it, and it's not incredibly dumb to use it, right?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And there are still some restrictions.
Yes.
On, like if you are Regieleki and you have a garbage move pool, this won't help you much.
No, it won't. I love that. I love it.
It helps, but like, yeah, you get, or you might be able to get either super strong electric move, or if there is some like Terra, like hidden power type move that exists only for Terra, if you're Terra, you lose your electrics, you kind of lose that power that you get from Regieleki's electric attacks.
Exactly. Yep.
But you get, well, now you have 2 coverage, but I mean, you still have the ability that gives you basically 2 stab, but
yeah,
again, you're not going to be as powerful because you don't have the stupid broken electric moves sweeping.
Yeah.
And if this Terra move exists or whatever that we've thrown around in the chat, which I think it could.
I think it wouldn't be much more like if a Terra move existed. I think it's literally hidden power, but controlled by the Terra type. Like that's my personal
It's
opinion.
only by the Terra type, and it only and you can only use it on a Terra-lized Pokemon.
If you want to use hidden power ice, you have to deal with the cost of becoming an ice type, which is way too much for most Pokemon to bear.
Yes, I agree with this. I hard agree with this. I think that this is a very balanced mechanic. And so, like, everybody's just like, well, any Pokemon could be any type. And I'm like, yeah, but does that really matter? Because, like, they lose their stab, they lose their type. And they're still monotype, by the way. Like, I wouldn't say there's any Pokemon that's a monotype that is good because it's monotype, right? Like, maybe I can see an argument for, like, Ghost and Dragon.
Clefairy's pretty good because of...
Fairy is okay.
You can have things like electric on Levitate specifically, or like you can have a few things that you can, like, if you can augment the one weakness or the one weakness
This
types.
is where we're getting into the strategy part. This is going to be the fun part of the topic.
I mean, Electros already exists, right? So I wouldn't say just becoming electric type with Levitate makes you good, but
it can make certain Pokemon better. Latios and Latias is a big example right now that already have access to Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
That's true.
And an ice move in Ice Beam.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see it being as good as everybody's worried about. Like, people are just like, this could be broken. And I'm like, wait, could it?
I think a lot of people are getting whipped up about the fact that you could theoretically make something with no weakness when plenty of Pokemon don't have common weaknesses and can't get by. Like,
okay, I'm thinking like pre-Gen 6 Sableye and Spiritomb and how little I ever saw them in competitive.
Yeah.
They had no weaknesses, and they were still bad.
Yeah, you've got to have the move pool and stats to break something. And just because you give your Shedinja an air balloon doesn't mean it's broken.
No, my favorite thing, because like somebody's just like, yeah, air balloon Shedinja, and it becomes electric type. And I'm like, yeah, but like hail and toxic and burn and sandstorm. Entry
hazards because it can't have shoes.
Yeah, hail, toxic, sandstorm. Like, well, you can't use any of the stuff.
You can't wear goggles. You can't hold a Lumberry.
Like, go for it, dude.
You still die.
Exactly.
Like, and if that's something that becomes big, that's something that Meta will have. Like, everybody will have a Tyranitar or something, right?
Yeah.
And
you still have Mold Breaker.
Yeah, exactly.
There are ways around it. It is not
There's
broken.
a lot of ways around it. And it's not, it's like, it makes it like, oh, it's cute, but it doesn't make it scary. I think the big thing with all these gimmicks, when they become problems, is when it is able to just break through like either a check or whatnot to just be able to then go on and sweep. Where you have things like Dynamax, you could get boosts upon boost and just be so bulky that you can just carry through the game. Like early game Gyarados with Moxie.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Dance once, start nuking things and with Airstreams and get Moxie boost up and then boom, you sweep through.
Gyarados broke Dynamax for OU.
Yeah. That was, I would think that was the big one, I think.
Exactly, and this prevents you from, like, Dynamax exemplified everything about a Pokemon, and in this case, you're only exemplifying one thing, and the Pokemon already has to be okay at it, right? Yeah. Like, this, I see Terra types working much better for Pokemon that we all have already thought, like, oh, this could use a third type, right? Or should have had a third type. Like, I think a really good example, if we're talking about a legendary, would be, like, Lugia. Right? Lugia's move pool, like, it does get psychic type moves, it does get flying type moves, but it also does get a good chunk of water type moves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That could be good.
That would be that'd be a Pokemon where I see Terra type being like, yeah, this is normal because this Pokemon has these moves anyway. It should have been a water type to begin with. And I don't know. I see it like that.
And I also see one thing is that, well, a lot of these Terra, I think one of the other big concerns right now that people have with Terra types is if you Terra, like at least the rumors right now was that if you Terra into your type, you basically get an adaptability boost.
As opposed to a 1.5, yeah.
Which turns already existing nukes into, like, bigger nukes.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, in all honesty. Like, I don't know, because you can just Terra type in response, right?
You can have one Terra in response, but it just, like, it's things like, for example, like, because I've run some calcs, so there people have discussed it, like, Porygon Z is an example that already has adaptability.
I don't know that it'll get in, but we'll
As
find
an
out.
example, for the sake of example.
Yeah.
But you could Life Orb Nasty Plot, and, okay, your opponent switches in a Blissey or a Chansey, and you just 2-hit KO it, period. One of the best special walls in the game, and you 2-hit KO it with Porygon Z.
Yeah. The thing there, though, the risk that you run, which is another glorious way that this mechanic is balanced, if you Terra type into one of your original types, like a Porygon Terraing into normal, or even a Dracovish Terraing into water, your counter is still probably at least a counter or a check. You don't fundamentally change what Pokemon can stop you by Terraing and getting adaptability into one of your pre-existing types, because people will expect that. That's, something to be warranted.
Yeah, there's a few that are close. Like, you start to get to the point where you can start to 2-hit KO. I think I actually ran a calc this morning that, like, Urshifu Single Strike can 2-hit KO Sylveon and Clefable if it were to get adaptability, just cleanly.
Right. But it still kind of is still a check. The same check Pokemon function.
It's still, you just can't switch it in freely. You have to you have to verify it's not the Terra.
Offensively, something scary, just to mention it, is like something like Gyarados, which can completely change its counters by not Terraing into one of its original. But what do you do when a Gyarados is out? You try and throw a Thunderbolt at it. If Gyarados gets its Dragon Dance with its original typing, Terras into an Electric, and has Stab Earthquake, not only can it get past Toxapex now, but throwing an Electric move won't work.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the scariest thing. It's probably the scariest. I don't know. I'm not even... I don't know. I'm still not that worried.
I'm not either.
I think the meta will settle where certain Pokemon run certain Terra types, and it will know what wants to be what.
Yeah.
Even then, like, you might do it with Gyarados, but then you can't do it with something else that might benefit from it more.
Uh-huh.
There might be something where it affects abilities to some extent, too. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. Like, if they were just like, it removes abilities.
It's possible.
Yeah.
One aspect that I really want to see happen, and I'm really excited for, and of course I'm going to bring out the stall in Terastalizing, taking Pokemon that have really good move pools by themselves.
Yes.
But, pardon me, I had to sneeze. Taking Pokemon that have really good move pools but crappy types and making them good. An example I'm thinking of specifically, which could be one of the best defensive Pokemon with this whole type shifting thing, is Avalugg. That thing has an insane move pool, and if you Terra type it into, say, a Steel type, you have a Steel type with Recover, Rapid Spin, Body Press, and whatever else you want.
I agree with that. I mean, the thing is, you can only do it with one, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if you get a really good one and make it a really nice, powerful defensive Pokemon, because that's crazy. Like a Recover, Rapid Spin, Steel type. What?
I think it'll make... I think I like that only because it makes Avalugg good.
You could make Iron Defense and Body Press. You could have a Sweeper Avalugg, sort of.
Avalugg's been garbage for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
This is why this is cool, because it's going to make some Pokemon like good.
It basically gives every Pokemon a Paldean form, in a sense, where, the original form changes or whatever really breathe new life into some Pokemon by giving it a okay type, or at least a different typing. This gives every single Pokemon the potential to have a quote-unquote Paldea type. It's so neat. I love it.
It's very interesting. It's a cool mechanic, and I'm not going to be upset. I don't think it's going to get banned from OU, at least nearly as quick as Dynamax did.
Not immediately. Yeah. People will break it. It'll come close.
Yeah, I definitely see this teetering close to Dynamax, but I don't think it's nearly as bad because it's not messing with the moves. I think that was the downfall of Z moves and with Dynamax is that it affected the moves. And in particular, just made flying like stupid.
Yeah.
Because flying's been balanced by being like, fly's like a powerful move, and like the next biggest one's Brave Bird, which does a ton of recoil.
Or Hurricane, which misses.
And so like that's how they balance flying type, and then they just took all of that away with both Z moves and with Dynamax.
Mm-hmm.
And they just made both those good. I think that is where the downfall was the last time. I think the only downfall with Megas was that it wasn't like everybody can play, which I'm still not mad about, but that's Thatch's opinion.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This one I see changing the Pokemon, which I think is a better way to go about a gimmick, is a much cleaner gimmick in that sense. Because it doesn't give you a move that's stupid. And I think overall that just makes it better. And if you just have to play around Pokemon changing types, I think that's doable. It just makes your team, it changes team building, obviously, which I'm okay with.
It does. Avalugg and OU. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Now you can run an ice type that runs Ice Shard, but be able to change its type so that it's not still an ice type after you're done.
Oh my god. Hisui and Avalugg can learn Stealth Rock. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited.
Assuming it comes through, it would definitely get Stealth Rock.
I wouldn't worry about I wouldn't guarantee Stealth Rock in general on Hisui and Avalugg because the movesets in PLA were wonky.
And they're cleaning up the moves as you transfer games anyway, so it's not like
they are.
Transfer moves, goodbye.
Yeah, I really hope we just kill transfer moves into Scarlet and Violet. Like if I want to talk about Gen 9 OU, what I really want is no more legacy move nonsense.
Please.
I'm really tired. Okay, I'm tired of Softboil Clefable.
Honestly, I will give that up if it means I can run Galarian and Corsola without fear of everything under the sun having knockoff or toxic.
I don't know that Galarian Corsola is going to make it into the decks, but we'll see.
I'm just giving an example. You don't have to put that qualifier on every single Pokemon we mentioned, Thatch. We know.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yes, I do. I have to let everybody feel the pain I felt in 2019.
I hate it just as much as you do, as I said on Twitter the other day.
I know. No, it's such a stupid. It's just a stupid thing, right? But no, I would love for OU to just stop using legacy moves and doing the move call that every generation's doing. And I think
that'd be cool
because that's my favorite thing that came out of Sword and Shield was the competitive ready symbol. So every Pokemon can still be used. You can transfer Pokemon in and it can be used in competitive for that generation, but it gets its moves called.
Every single one, but you gotta wipe it.
You gotta wipe its moves. It's gotta be able to. You can't bring in Softboil Clefable.
But if they do that thing,
you can't bring in Teleport either. You can't bring in Teleport on a lot of things that everybody's bringing in from Let's Go.
Yeah. Teleport Clefable, Teleport Slowbro. Goodbye.
Yeah, I know. I hate it.
It'll be great. That'll be so cool, honestly. And the fact that you don't have to go to a move wiper.
It's so healthy.
Yeah, I hope they keep it exactly the way it is now, where it is stored on the home side, where the home side remembers this soft-boiled Clefable has soft-boiled in these handful of games, but not Scarlet Violet. So it'll put it back if you transfer it to something.
Yeah.
But it won't in Scarlet and Violet.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I'm very excited for competitive in Gen 9.
That'll mess up a lot of the potential move pools for this, too, for this terastalizing thing.
Exactly.
That'll mess them up a lot. That'll be cool.
I think it's more important than ever for that to happen with Terra types, right? It is more important than ever. And the thing that has me excited is because we can all play together, I'm hoping that there's a way for us to battle each other like in the overworld.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the timer's not a non-issue.
Yes, that would be great.
That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. And then we can go back to cart.
Because at the very least, if we could just do that, that's fine. We'll deal with everything else.
You can battle wherever you want in the map, right?
Imagine for Summer League, it's like, meet me by the town. Meet me by this town and we'll fight.
That would be cute, right? Wouldn't that be cute, though?
Even if you can't use the arena, it's just battling out in the field, or like the water gym has to battle on the beach, or something.
That would be so cool.
Because I'm sure it's going to have a rank ladder and it's going to have a place for us to go and there'll be a timer for that. But I'm wondering if there's a way for us to battle outside of the timer restrictions.
Yeah.
That'd be wild.
Honestly, if they're going to let you go out and hang out with your friends anyway, they should allow battling.
Yeah.
I think they should. And then I'm hoping, cross your fingers, that there's a good spectator mode.
Yeah.
There's a good spectator mode of some sort. Well, even if it's just like your two friends just like watching you battle in the game.
That would be at least good, because then it would be like at least someone could spectate, for Summer League. I know we just had the finals there. If we could have had a way to like broadcast that for everyone to watch on, Discord or stream, that'd be cool.
You know what's worse is that Sword and Shield has a spectator mode.
I know.
But it's locked to LAN.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid.
It's a lot of work to even make that work remotely. I know there's...
Yeah. Oh, no. You have to like do a huge workaround. You have to do a huge workaround to get it to work remotely. And it's like halfway there. I don't know. I see Sword and Shield like more and more as I like look at like what modern Pokemon's becoming. Like I've noticed that like Sword and Shield were definitely like some weird middle child that had to exist.
Yeah, it's a half step.
Oh yeah, it was just like a half step to everything. Like Sword and Shield like wanted to be Scarlet and Violet really badly, but they just didn't have the time to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And which is fine, I guess to some extent. I don't know. It was one of those things where I really wish the Pokemon Company would just give us a roadmap. As a fan, I would just love a roadmap. Like you could, I think it would have been easier to swallow Sword and Shield at the time if they're just like, yeah, so this is our new business model, and it'd be like, oh, that's really cool. Actually, I'm into it, right? Especially since we're getting like mainline quote unquote Pokemon games like almost every year, where you can just like dump the Pokemon into home, and then like they just get to pop in and out when they're allowed. But I don't know. I'm very excited for Terra types. I'm not excited for the programmers who also have to have a slot in the Pokemon data structure to include Terra types, but
I'm sure that's to be easy enough to do.
I don't know. I think Pokemon data files are just going to get to the point where they're so complicated.
I think they recently made them bigger or something.
They had to, especially if they're going to do this stuff, right? Like, because then you start sending Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet to home.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just like, well, it's got to have the Terra type. And then if it's old enough, maybe it's got something about its ability to Mega Evolve or something. Or maybe imagine it's a Pokemon that could be a G-Max in Sword and Shield. And then it goes to Scarlet and Violet and it gets a Terra type. Yep. And so you have to have it recorded that it can be a G-Max and also has this Terra type. It's just going to be a nightmare. And the other thing that I think we keep assuming, by the way, is that every Pokemon is going to have is going to have access to all the Terra types, when the wording is kind of vague in the press release.
True.
Yeah.
I know there was a leaker that said that like every Pokemon will have access to every type, but I don't know how true that will be in terms of like accessibility, right?
I imagine they'll lock it behind soft walls. Like, oh, here's your chance to get Poison Gardevoir for this week only.
Exactly what I'm thinking. Is it's going to be something like that?
Yeah, and I think so too. And I think that's definitely. I mean, they did say the Pikachu was a Pikachu with. Well, to be fair, it has Fly, which is something it doesn't normally get access to. But they said you couldn't get access to it like normally in the game. So
I think that might be the Fly, but more than the type. But yeah, I'm wondering if there's going to be like a soft lock behind some of these types for certain Pokemon, so that not every Pokemon. So that Seth's going to be like, well, I want Steel type Avalugg, and right away Steel type Avalugg is available.
Mm-hmm.
it might be like, oh, well, actually only ice and like rock type Avalugg is available in terms of Terra types right now. And then eventually like a raid pops up that you can do one weekend and you can get steel type Avalugg. But it'd probably be something stupid and be like, here's water type Avalugg. Because they hate us. And yeah, I don't know. I would love to see that though. I want to just pick their brains one day. Like, just invite me over.
I just want to talk.
I just want to know. I just really want to know what's going on in those heads of yours, you know?
Yep.
Because I'm really upset that like we had a topic like 6 weeks before the trailer dropped, and like I was just like, well, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen like this, and I predicted it almost exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They usually surprise me.
There's still a chance because they still haven't shown like, because we've had megas. We've had Z crystals. We've had, Z specific crystals. We've had D-Max and G-Max. So, again, Pokemon exclusive things. We haven't seen any specific Terraform, we haven't heard of a Terra, like a...
I wouldn't be surprised if it existed, but if it does, it just feels, I don't know. It feels, whenever they do it, like, same with the G-Max forms, it just feels like it defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Because you want every Pokemon to be on a level playing field, which I think this does better than Dynamax, because it's not beneficial to certain Pokemon, but it's more beneficial to other Pokemon, which I really like. I like that so much. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I think it is very cool in that regard. I also predict now, like straight up, I'm going to put it on the show so it's like in the words. I guarantee you there's a DLC where the first DLC lets you change the Terra type of a Pokemon with some kind of, maybe not a soup, but maybe some kind of
paella?
cake. I'm going to say cake.
Yep, I agree.
Let's go paella, because it's kind of soup, but then it's also regional to Spain, so it works.
Yeah, they're just going to, but yeah, it's stupid, and they do that stuff all the time. So, I don't know. I think it's a good mechanic, and I think it's going to have a lot of longevity.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple Pokemon I'm excited to see try what they can come up with. One thing I saw recently, just potential Pokemon ideas like, what could be fun Terras? Terra Gengar as fairy as an offense, because you don't really have that like fast offensive fairy. You just give it like Life Orb with Nasty Plot, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave.
That would be really good. Actually, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, right? Like, that's just like, just generic offensive thing, but like it fills the niche of that type.
I don't know, it's a really fun, like, this mechanic is like I said, my second favorite after Mega Evolution. Like, I like this already better.
There's so much potential.
Yeah, I like this so much better. It's got a ton of potential, and it just feels better because it actually does what they wanted to do, and they're just like, well, we don't like Megas because XYZ. It actually fulfills that, and I'm okay with it.
I think this is definitely it hits just right, because like Megas were great, like it made Pokemon better, but the problem is it either made certain Pokemon too good, like they just literally can Mega and just sweep, and those Pokemon were banned, or, it just made some of the Pokemon just kind of just good enough. Like, I know there's a couple of Megas that were okay.
I think Mega Garchomp was a very good Garchomp Mega because it didn't make him super good. I think Mega Metagross was stupid because it made Metagross too good. Same with Mega Salamence. I think Mega Mawile was one of the best things that came out because they took Mawile, this garbage Pokemon, and they made it good Those are my favorite Megas. I think Megas were trying to do what we're seeing now.
Yeah.
But they definitely failed. I don't know. I like changing the Pokemon and not changing the moves, because I think when you change the moves, things get really weird. Flying type. I hate it.
I think it's like, at the worst case scenario I'm seeing is like, you make certain, like, you do it the same type, you make the nuke about as powerful as a Z move. Like I just have some calcs that I ran a bit ago. Like, choice specs like Terra Electric Tapu Koko with Thunderbolt does about the same amount as Z Thunderbolt to the same Pokemon.
Yeah.
But then you're locked into specs. So, like, again, that's like the worst case. And that's not much different than like Life Orb, D-Max, Max Lightning to the same Pokemon. They're all in the same range, but you're locked to the item to get that extra boost.
So you talk about the choice specs though, and like I think back to Dynamax and how Dynamax just ignored all that.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if Terra types does something similar.
I think so. I think there's a potential for that, just to kind of...
I think it kind of has to, right? Like, especially if you're already giving the adaptability boost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you have to. I think you really have to.
Yeah, and I mean, like, the worst case is just a more powerful, like a repeatable Z move. That's like the worst case. But again, you'll have to lock into a band or specs, which means you're probably still going to get outsped.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a problem at all. I think it's just comparable to what already exists.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more details. We'll have to see though. But yes, I think this is a good place. Yep. Yeah, we'll probably learn something. So I would like to just kind of wrap it up here, guys. And we're going to take it on over to Puckle's Poke Quiz. And we'll see what you guys think about Teratypes next week in the mailbag. We are going to kick it on over to the Pokemon of the episode. We will catch you guys on the flip-flop.
Poke of the episode.
And welcome to our Pokemon of the episode. Our Pokemon of the episode this week is National Dex number 494, Victini, the Victory Pokemon.
Its Pokemon Black entry reads, "This Pokemon brings victory. It is said that trainers with Victini always win, regardless of the type of encounter."
I'm really excited because mythical Pokemon haven't been allowed in VGC, so we haven't talked about them, but now they are, and we get to talk about them. Victini's base stats obviously are 100 across the board, so it's not exciting to talk about. But it had a card nut. Like Victini V did okay for like a little bit, right?
Yeah, it kind of did a little.
It was okay. It was probably like tier 2 for like a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was mainly to do with like Welder and stuff like that when that was still kind of in the same time.
And then Welder disappeared, and then Fire types were sad.
Yep.
And which makes sense. Fire type should be sad.
Take that, Fire types.
They always get something stupid like Welder or Fire Crystal.
Yeah.
It happens every few years. I mean, it happens with every type, right?
Exactly.
Like every type always gets like one major buff every few years. That's why Steel's been doing okay, because it's had Metal Saucer for a while.
Yep.
And then you've also have right now you've got Water, because Water's got insane support right now.
Yeah.
With Irida and Bucket.
And Palkia.
And Palkia. I mean, when Bucket disappears, it's gonna probably not do as hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You'd never think that like a card that's just like grab 2 energy would be like, yeah, that's real good.
Yeah.
But Bucket makes it good. I mean, you can run Energy Search in place of Bucket, but it won't feel as good. Won't feel as good. But we'll see. We'll see how it fares in the next couple of things. But yeah, Victini's a cool Pokemon, and I'm actually just really excited. This team feels like a fever dream, because I never thought you'd see anything like this in VGC.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just absolutely nuts. But let's break down. We got a Choice Scarf Victini, because Choice Scarf Victini is good. It's got its signature ability, Victory Star, which for those of you at home, if you don't know what Victory Star does, let me tell you. I also need to click the button. This is also for Thatch at home.
Yeah. Believe it increases the accuracy of move by 10%.
Yes. It also does stack on like Pokemon next to it, which is weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
That actually could be relevant for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Origin Pulse or Precipice Blades are good examples of non-accurate moves used in this format.
No, it has to be, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it does work.
Or is it adjoining?
I don't know, actually. That's a great question.
I think it totally would. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah, this is a fun Victini. I really like this. This is what, I mean, I used to run something similar in what's it called? In OU, like a while back.
Mm-hmm.
And back in Gen 4, I used to run this Victini. The EVs are 252 HP, 4 attack, 252 speed. The 252 HP is very important, because when you're just like, yeah, Victini's not gonna, if you just want like a delete button, you can just click Final Gambit, which does as much damage to the opponent as you have HP remaining. And so since you're Choice Scarf, you're probably gonna go first, so you can just be like, that Pokemon's a threat, boop, Final Gambit, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something to think about. I mean, it also has U-Turn, V-Create, and Wild Charge, which are just moves Victini gets.
Heck yeah.
And it can be a Choice Scarf Victini and come in later and after it U-Turns and Final Gambit, or it could just V-Create a couple things a couple times and have some fun with it.
Especially against opposing Groudon, who don't resist fire.
Yes.
Can't get destroyed back by V-Create.
Yeah, in the sun. Exactly.
In the sun.
Then the next Pokemon is Magearna, which I still think is going to be the biggest threat in this meta.
Yeah.
It's got safety goggles, so it can't be put to sleep by like a spore or something. It's got Soul Heart ability, which gives you a +1 special attack anytime a Pokemon on the opposite side of the field is knocked out. It has 252 HP, 4 defense, and 252 special attack because its base speed is like 60-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just going to go slow just so it can survive in a Trick Room. But this one's got Dazzling Gleam, Flash Cannon, and Trick Room. This is kind of just like, if you need to go Trick Room mode, bring it. And Protect. I mean, it is just standard Magearna IMO. I don't know what else to tell you.
Not the super crazy Fleur Cannon version, but this is still a good, solid one.
No, this is what it needs, though. Like, this is exactly what I would imagine Victini, or not Victini, but Magearna and OU being, because it tries to use Trick Room in OU, and it did a good job of it.
Yeah.
And now it can just straight up, like, be in the meta that's better for Trick Room. I think it's going to have a day. I think it's going to have a time.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Seth, or whoever just taking these two.
Yep, I got the next couple. We've got Amoonguss, the only non-mythical, non-legendary on this team. And it's holding Bright Powder, of all things. Its ability is Regenerator, and level 50 AVs are 236 HP, 116 defense, and 156 special defense with a sassy nature, and moveset of Rage Powder, Spore, Pollen Puff, and Protect. Seems like a fairly standard Amoonguss to my understanding of VGC, so we're good there.
That is actually probably the most standard.
Yeah, I'm literally run that same Amoonguss on my TTT team for our Discord tournament. Yeah. The only difference is that it's holding a Focus Sash, because Focus Sash is the standard item on it. But because Focus Sash, I think it is going to be needed on this other Pokemon, I guess Bright Powder does decently well as an alternative.
I mean, you could Rage Powder and have things miss you, which would kind of silly.
Yeah. You have things like Origin Balls and Precipice Blades that have 90 accuracy, and just getting the extra miss.
It's actually 85. Those are 85 accuracy, I think.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Even better to miss.
Yeah. All right, and then moving on, we have Kyogre holding an Assault Vest with Drizzle, of course, that's its ability, and EVs are 124 HP, 124 defense, 236 special attack, 4 special defense, and 20 speed with a modest nature. It just hits hard and absorbs a lot of hits. Moveset is Water Spout, Origin Pulse, Ice Beam, and Thunder. Yep, pretty standard Kyogre.
Yep, your standard bulky version. Yeah, and to close us out, we have the other big staple Pokemon of the format, Zacian, holding the Rusted Sword. 252 attack, 4 defense, 252 speed, Jolly Nature, with Iron Head, Play Rough, Wild Charge, and Protect.
Yeah.
So, yep, your standard Zacian here, being able to break through pretty much everything in the format. And then last but not least, we have with the new Series 13 meta, you're able to kind of throw in this legendary Pokemon as a good supporter, because now you have the ability to. You have Yveltal holding the Focus Sash with Dark Aura, 4 HP, 252 attack, special attack, 252 speed, Timid Nature, with Tailwind, Dark Pulse, Oblivion Wing, and Taunt.
Oof.
It basically kind of slots in the Regieleki, the Whimsicott type of roles that you've seen on other teams. But now that you can run, because it just kind of got pressured out in the 2 restricted meta, because Kyogre and Zacian are just that good.
They're just so dominant. Yeah, they're just dominant. And here you just don't have any rules.
Yeah, and if you're not running Kyogre, you're running Groudon to counter Kyogre. So Yveltal just kind of it's great. It's a good Pokemon. It just kind of gets pushed out when you need more power in those 2 restricted slots.
Yeah.
But it's a great supporter. With Tailwind's good. Oblivion Wing's probably the best flying move in the game. Just overall.
It's pretty good. With the recovery, it's pretty good.
Exactly. A recovery and 100% accuracy.
Exactly. Yeah, so if you want to play this team, we're going to try to get it on the Discord server this week. Bug me if I don't. And then, of course, you can always go ahead and if you're a patron, you can grab all of these Pokemon shiny this week. I think the only Pokemon that don't have shinies are Magearna and Victini. I don't think shiny Victini exists, actually.
Did shiny Magearna come out? I don't think it did.
No, we got the alternate form Magearna, which we might try to trade, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Okay, but yeah, you can go over, get some different forms of these Pokemon over on the Discord at, or not Discord, on our Patreon at patreon.com/puclpodcast. But until then, we are going to finish out the show with the mailbag.
It's mail time! Send in your emails!
And welcome to the Mailbag. The Mailbag is part of the show where we read your email on the show. You can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com. Usually we have a prompt for you. Last week we wanted to know your reactions to the Scarlet and Violet trailer. And this week we're going to have a different one. So wait till the end and we will let you know what it is. And as always, this segment of the show is brought to you by the energy drink Green Tauros, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves!
And as always, we will go ahead and we will give out the Green Tauros badge to anybody we deem worthy. So let's jump right in. Our first email this week is going to be from Andy. Howdy do, Puckle crew. Andy of the Green Tauros gang here, writing in to share my favorite mentionables from the August 3rd Pokemon Presents. I'll focus on the Scarlet and Violet announcement since I'm over the moon excited for these games. First of all, I am so excited for the returning Pokemon, specifically the Dragonite and Ampharos lines. As a proud Gen 1er, I always gravitate towards the original 151. Dragonite happens to be one of my favorites due to its pseudo-legendary status in the original anime. It's also just so dang cute. Ampharos is also another favorite. I have fond memories of using it in the Gen 2 and Gen 3 games. Wait, which Gen 3 game are you using Ampharos in? Because, I think you can get it in
Omega
Emerald.
Ruby Alpha Sapphire?
No, actual Gen 3, though.
I don't know, actually.
I think you can get it in Emerald in the Safari Zone, but I think that's it. Unless you talk about, if you lump in Coliseum with that, it's definitely available in Coliseum.
Is in Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green in the Altering Cave or XD?
Oh, that doesn't count. That does not count.
Altering Cave doesn't count. Then yeah, only Safari Zone, Emerald, or XD.
Yeah, Altering Cave doesn't count because there was this really cool idea that Nintendo came up with, and then they just never used it. Because you can go in there and just catch Zubats to your heart's content. Because the idea was every time you go to a Pokemon event and you get an event Pokemon from them, it's supposed to change the cave to something else. But they barely had any events in the US that it activated, so it was just always Zubat. It was so bad. I am also excited to hopefully catch and receive the legendary Pokemon early enough in the game to travel throughout the Paldea region together. The Presents video does say that we rely on the legendary Pokemon as a partner throughout our adventure, which makes me think we will receive the Pokemon right at the start of the game. I wonder if we'll be able to use the legendary in battle, or if it'll be similar to PLA where we only summon the Pokemon to travel. I think it's going to be the latter. Thatch thinks it's going to be the latter. If we do receive the legendary right at the start of the game, I hope they explain why the legendary chose us to adventure with rather than someone else. What makes it so special that we get this cool legendary bike plane rock climber? It also makes me wonder if there will be another legendary Pokemon at the end of the game that we need to catch in battle. I guess we'll see. I think that they hit on something very, very good here. With the Pokemon that you need to catch in battle at the end instead of right on A and right on B.
Yeah.
I think that they're kind of on the right track. I'm wondering if there's something else in the plot that's not Koraidon or Miraidon. I wonder if there's something. I imagine there is. I imagine these guys join you. Eventually you catch them. Mm-hmm. But you don't get them. I also wonder if they're actually even that legendary, because they already showed us, when you play together, it's just here's multiple of the same Pokemon. Haha. And I'm wondering if there's some lore there that helps that not break your brain, being there's only supposed to be one of them in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also wondering if you trade over a Miraidon to say Scarlet, if you can change which bike you ride.
Ooh, that'd be kind of fun.
I'm interested. I'm curious about that, actually.
That goes back to if you quote unquote capture or own the thing, though. So who knows?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think you will eventually capture it. They don't make Pokemon you can't capture.
Well, yeah, but
hashtag gotta
as
catch
far
them
as
all.
using it in the early part, I don't know.
Yeah, early on, I don't think you will. I think you'll just there might be a plot point where it's just Koraidon wants to battle with you to defeat the evil man.
Mm-hmm.
Macrocosmos is back. It's in the last third of the last arc.
Yeah.
They came out of nowhere. But yeah, I think it'll be like that. Lastly, I am of course excited for Quaxley. I have not been this excited for a water type since Mudkip. Let's just hope Quaxley's mid and final Evo don't let me down. We will see.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to hear what everyone else has to say. Thanks for the great pod and best wishes to all. Andy. Well, thank you, Andy. We really appreciate that. All right. Our next email is going to come from Bear. I'm very bad at my umlauts.
Okay. Tootaloo Puckle Crew. What I'm really excited for in Scarlet Violet is the local co-op multiplayer. Finally, my wife and I can play together instead of side by side. This is by far the best new feature, and I hope it's polished and not a clunky, half-working mess like Wycon was in Swish.
No, dude. Okay, the wild area still upsets me with like the random people that like pop in and out. It's just like, okay, this is annoying. It doesn't need to happen. I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
It does not make me feel like this is good.
It's like I wanted to do the camping thing that you could like camp, like go into other people's camps, but it's like it doesn't really work, and it half works at best. So yeah. 2, Terastral and how it will be used in VGC. Does Hidden Power make its comeback?
We did talk about that briefly, and I think, like you said, it comes with the idea of like you also have to take the defensive typing as well as the offensive typing.
Yep.
And it's not going to be... I don't think it'll be stronger than like base 80 out of 90 at best, but probably more like 60.
It's probably base 60 and you might get stab.
Or 65, so you're not technician boosted.
65, so it's, boosted so it's out of technician range.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that'll be... I think it'll be something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to be an ice type, and that sucks for you.
Yeah, which
Yep.
VGC makes it a lot easier to hit super effective.
It's like Pokemon balanced the ice type so that when you used a stab ice beam, it would be bad.
Yeah.
If only they would have thought of that. Oh no. Everybody who complains about ice type being bad is literally like, I'm just like, yeah, but you see the moves that you use all the time? Ice type exists because the move type needed to exist, not the Pokemon type.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 3, breeding. I cannot wait to see how it works and what new quality of life features they're adding this time to make it competitive, more accessible. Don't use a Legends grid system though.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm actually really curious because I know the breeding gets better and better, but how will Terra be done with that too? Is it going to be like Hidden Power, or is it going to be?
Didn't think of that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah, is it like Hidden?
It could just be random.
Will it transfer down parents? Are they going to
50% chance of parent number 1,
a 50% chance of parent number 2,
third parent 1, third parent 2, third completely random.
I don't think they'll do completely random, because then you might just be able to randomly unlock Pokemon Terra types.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally see it being like parent 1, parent
50-50.
2. I could see it being parent 1, parent 2. So you could like breed different species together and then get different Terra types that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I do think breeding will be there, because breeding at this point is very synonymous with the core Pokemon gameplay.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Because there were some rumors going around that like there isn't a daycare, but that doesn't mean anything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just means that you'll just have this really nice quality of life update where the daycare is in your pocket.
Yep.
Just like the boxes are now in your pocket.
Yeah. You just have a little egg incubator in your pocket too, or something.
Yeah. You just have, no, and they're going to do it because they literally put Pokestops in the game. Okay.
Yeah.
They did. They put Pokestops in the game.
And it's called Poke Centers, but yeah, basically it's a Pokestop. I don't deny you there.
They literally have the thing on the top. They literally have the Pokestop on the top. It is literally a Pokestop. They will just give us an egg incubator.
Yep.
They will legitimately just do that. And then for extra in-game money, we can just buy faster incubators.
Yep.
All right. Before this hellscape gets worse, continue.
Yeah. 4, new abilities, new attacks, and new type combinations.
Yeah, it'll be the best.
Yeah, they have not actually given us any of those yet, and I hope that we get some of those soon.
There aren't a lot of those missing, though, to be fair.
I mean, type combinations I know are low. New abilities, though, obviously they can keep adding, and new attacks they can just keep adding, but they have not.
Attacks and moves, I think, will happen, but I mean, I can't even think of that many that came out of Gen 8 outside of the ones for Isle of Armor. And even those, I think, are just temporary and will not exist in Gen 9. I think there's a chance
some
that they don't
will,
exist.
but we'll see.
I think there's a chance the Isle of Armor moves don't make it to Gen 9.
I think there's a non-zero chance, but I think there's still a good chance they will transfer over eventually, even if it's not right away in the future DLC.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I like it as an idea of like, oh, we can just get rid of these moves because maybe they didn't work out as well. I don't know. Flip turn was cool. I liked flip turn.
Grassy Glide is great.
Grassy Glide should be one of them that's called.
But Rillaboom, though.
Yeah, okay. Shark, I'm going to level with you. I really hate seeing starters in VGC.
That's fair.
Wow, that's a choice.
I really hate it.
But Rillaboom's the best. It's the best grass type, period.
Incineroar, Rillaboom, they need to go. They need to leave.
Incineroar, yeah, Rillaboom's cute. I like the starters being competitive. I like you being able to use your starter, even if it's maybe not the best, being able to use it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that you could say that about literally. I don't think Inteleon or Primarina was okay for a hot second. Yeah, I don't know. Rillaboom's at 20% usage. Ooh, I don't want to see. Incineroar's at 71 usage right now. If that makes you feel any better. But
well, it's going to drop a little bit once Series 13 comes out.
I hope it's cold. I hope Incineroar is cold. That is my number one. If we're going to call Pokemon, my number one choice is Incineroar.
Yeah, I can understand. I understand the rationale 110%.
If you're not letting in all the starters, and my boy Feraligator's not there, you can call Incineroar, okay?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. Give the Gen 6 ones back. We get Greninja instead, and we'll be fine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. But last but not least, Smoliv. Better than Budew.
Yes. Hard agree.
Yeah. No. Agree. I can't wait to see. I'm going to either run Lechonk or Smoliv just as is, unevolved throughout the game. I don't know which one yet, but I feel like I'm going to run one.
I love Lechonk. I hope he doesn't evolve into something. I hope he doesn't get doubled.
I think he's going to get something cool. I think you can make a pretty cool boar type Pokemon with it. So
maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, merci Vilmus und Labe Grus. I can't pronounce that.
Yeah. Yep. They're just doing it to us to make fun of us now.
Yeah,
dumb Americans.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our last email this week is going to be from Rich, and I believe you got this one, Seth.
You betcha. Hello again, guys. Loved the last show. Here are my thoughts on the August 3rd trailer. Agree or disagree, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these points as well. Number 1, I like the rival school aspect it seems to have with Orange versus Grape, or so it seems anyway. The graphics seem to be slightly improved, at least going off of the second trailer. I really wish they would put every Pokemon in the game. With updated graphics, that would be so much fun to have all of them to go after and catch.
Mm-hmm. I didn't say new
character. I know. I didn't say it. We all thought it.
I didn't say it, guys. I didn't say it.
Moving on. The new characters look great. Penny definitely comes off as an emo Gen Zer, but the leaker has suggested she's rather strong in battle and hard to beat. I really like how Miraidon looks in its motorcycle form, and I could see myself going for rides around Paldea. I have heard that the Metagross line is not in SV, but it may be in future. This is frustrating. I always enjoy having Metagross on my team. Here's to hoping.
I wouldn't to be fair, Metagross wasn't in base Sword and Shield either, I don't think.
Nope, it was in Crown Tundra.
They always tend to put all the pseudos in at some point, so.
Yeah, I think every pseudo ended up getting in a Pokemon that I imagine this dex might be slightly bigger than Sword and Shield's dex, but by slightly bigger, I mean it might be 450 instead of 400.
It should be. That's less than half at this point.
Yeah, at least at launch, 450 at launch.
They've already showed 200 Pokemon. It's nuts.
175 is where they're at, and we only have 6 new Pokemon, including forms. So,
to be fair, I believe in the lead up to Sword and Shield, they did something similar though, where we saw pretty much every Pokemon in the decks in the trailers.
Sword and Shield, we still had a lot of secrets.
I meant in terms of returning Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we had. Yeah, I think we had much.
I think every returning Pokemon was almost seen in all the trailers in the lead up to Sword and Shield, which is depressing to think about.
Yeah.
But this one has a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon, therefore it's good.
Blech.
Yep.
Gross.
It's
moving on with the email, though. The terastalizing looks okay. I'm not a huge fan of it. If every Pokemon can terraform into every type, that would make competitive very interesting. Well, we've got the episode for you. You just listened to it.
You heard our thoughts.
The raids look good, and taking free movement instead of turn-based is nice. I think that will make them more fun and cut out the waiting. Well, thanks again. Always happy to contribute. Rich.
Well, thank you, Rich. Anybody think anybody gets the badge?
Let's see, who
did we...
if Bar doesn't have it, I kind of like it this week.
Yeah.
He made me talk a lot.
He sparked the most discussion. Yeah.
Yes. You know what? I'm not going to check. Bar, you get it if you don't already have it.
Woo.
Yeah, there we go.
And on that note, if you want to email us next week at puclpodcast@gmail.com, you can go ahead and do that. We're going to ask you, what do you think of terastalizing? Do you think it's going to be good, bad? Do you like the mechanic? Do you not like the mechanic? Which of the gimmicks so far has been your favorite? Send that in, puclpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to keep up with us throughout the week, the best way to do it is to come over to our Discord server at pucldiscord.com. You can, of course, also go over to our Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to keep up with us there. Additionally, you can go over to YouTube at youtube.com/puclpodcast. Follow us on there. You can even listen to the podcast there and catch some stream recaps if you want. Additionally, you can, of course, see the streams live at twitch.tv/thepuclpodcast. I try to stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This past week, it did not happen because, as I said at the beginning of the show, I got stuck in DC for an extra day, which kind of sucked. But I'm streaming today, whether you guys like it or not. It's too late. But on Tuesday, I'll stream some competitive TCG probably. And on Thursday, we'll stream just something fun. I heard Tyranitar is coming out in Unite, so maybe some Unite? Question mark?
Hey.
And on top of that, if you want to support the show, the best way to do so is to come over to Patreon at patreon.com/puclpodcast, where you can get a host of rewards. So be sure to do that, guys. On that note, I have been Trainer Thatch.
I've been Seth Vilo.
And I've been Sharkfinnagin.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
It's closing time in Lavender Town. Time to say our goodbyes. It's closing time. Farewell, my friends. I'll catch you on the flip side.